So the end is near, and that is the end of the cold. Today is supposedly our last day of below zero temps. Tomorrow we are in for a warm-up. So just wanted to show you a few things going on in the woodyard today, but before we get to the woodyard, check this out. So the little boss man here has turned into a little Eskimo, and he has built himself an igloo. So you come in through that opening there, and what? You got a little nook over there, another one over there, and he even has added some windows. He built this all during the week. I pushed a little pile of snow over here, and he kind of dug this out. Oh, here's another little window. Or no, where's the window? Right here's a window. So he's built himself, or he is in the process of building himself a little igloo. And he's, like I said, he's been working on this all week during the cold. A couple minutes here and there in the afternoon and evenings, but there it is. He wanted to show you guys his igloo that he has built. The unfortunate thing is, with this warm-up, we are supposed to be heading into the mid to upper 30s for the whole week ahead. So the igloo, or the snow fort, might not last too long. The other thing that didn't last very long was my supply of totes that I had set over here for taking into the woodshed. I was averaging around a week per tote, but with this cold snap, I think at one point, I think it was 4 or 5 days. Every 4 to 5 days, I was bringing in a new tote. So because of that, I only have one left. So the end of my supply of totes is also nearing an end. I will have to get some more of those filled up. I actually have the empty ones over here, ready to go. So if it warms up this week, it'll be nice to get these totes all reloaded off of the one stack and then get them ready to go into the woodshed. Last weekend I had the big bonfire back here, so I just wanted to quick show you guys what was left. So there we go. There is all that is left. Just right over here, we have a few chunks, nothing too big, well, except that big one. But everything is gone. All of the brush, all of the chunks that were laying over here, the one tree, everything cleaned up. And now I have this space to utilize for, I'm thinking potentially making another pile, kind of like what's over there. A place to store my personal burning wood. So like some of the bigger chunks, the odds and ends, I think this will be a potential nice future home for that. I did have a couple comments asking why I didn't use that wood that was in that pile of brush that I burned for like in the boiler to heat the house. And it was a lot of branches and just a lot of stuff that would have been a lot more messing around, hassling around, more work than it was probably worth. So the juice was not worth the squeeze to take that wood and try to utilize it for heating the house. So the other thing that is nearing an end is my one little shelter here that was full of oak for bundles and the roadside stand during the winter here when it's people are mostly buying for heating. This morning, the stand got somewhat cleaned out. I was down to 2 bundles and 2 stacks were gone. So I had to come back here. I lit a little fire here in the warm bond, and I was making bundles, and then after I had, I think about 8 to 10 bundles made, I took those up, refilled the bundles. So then I refilled the 2 slots that were empty, and in doing so, I pretty much cleaned out this whole little shelter right here. which is nice. I want to get this cleaned out because I actually want to move this. So I want to move this little shelter to another location. And so this is all that's left. The supply of wood that I had over here, yes, that is also nearing an end. Just a little bit left. And the reason I want to move this is because I have, well, first of all, right here, right in front of me, is a standing dead pine tree with another one right next to it, and another one right there, and then that one right there. And behind these pine trees, there is a standing dead oak right there, and then another one right here. So I have those trees that at some point need to come down, and then there's all this brush to clean up on this hillside here. So eventually what I would like to do is move this little shelter out of here and then actually clear out a spot to drive up this hill from over here. I have access up to the top of the hill back there at the back of the lot, the end of the woodyard over there. So I kind of want to be able to drive up either from the back of the woodyard, or I think it would be nice to have a trail going right up the hill here. So I could almost drive up and then come down over there. I'm not exactly sure why I want to be able to do that. I just think it'd be nice. If I did ever want to say maybe store some firewood up there, I'm not sure. I am now, I think, being able to utilize enough space down here where I don't know if I would ever have to store any firewood up there like I did before. But I just think it'd be nice to have the option to, if I want to drive up to the top of that hill, to be able to do it either from the back of the woodyard or the side over there. So here is my trail up on the back side of the woodyard here, up to the top of the hill there. And from this end of the woodyard, there's that tree, and that one, and that one. There's 5 other trees right here that also need to come down at some point. So those are some of the things that I'm hoping to now be able to start getting to once we have this little warm-up happen. Not that I couldn't be doing it right now, it's just that, I don't know, it's just something about this past week when it's been as cold as it has been. It's fun to get out here and do a few things, like make some bundles, fill up the roadside stand, take the wood into the woodshed, but then, you know, after an hour or so, it's kind of nice to go in the house and just warm up. And that is exactly what I'm going to do right now, because I think I pretty much have all my little chores done around the woodyard here today. But before we go, I just noticed somebody is over there behind the wood stack. So the end of the cold snap is not only near, I'm also near the end of my supply for wood to go into the woodshed. The supply of wood over in that little woodshed, the end is near. And then also, the end of this video is near, as in right now. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night.